and SCP betting and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning here at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and SCP Betting. And let's take a look at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, with us today, we've got Jay Briggs with us, Brad Francis, Rod Zawacky. It's Fridays with Rod, Steak Friday. We got Jovan Burts, Brian Bitler, and Ninos is in the house today with us here on the show. Just want to make a quick reminder to everybody, be sure to sign up for that Become a Contest. Become a Capper Contest now running. So check it out over at Pick Dogs if you would. All right, let's get this, show you here the lineup for this evening. We've got Ninos, Briggs, Francis, Burts, Bitler, Zawacky, and then I will close this one out. Yeah, let's go ahead and give it the promo. Become a Capper Contest. You're running out of time. It starts December 10th. So go to the Instagram account for Pick Dogs to get signed up. And of course, Rod will be running it. And let's go ahead. It's before we get the show started. Let me just bring Rod in here right away. Rod, I want everybody to know what's happening with the contest. Oh, we don't got no sound there from you, Rod. You're on mute. Still on mute there, Rod. Well, good thing we caught it now. All right. Well, yeah, we still can't get any sound there from Rod Zawacky. So click it and get signed up for the show there at Pick Dogs. As we say, become a Capper Contest. Rod probably just has to sign out, sign back in again. That usually happens sometimes. So become a Capper Contest over on the Pick Dogs Instagram account. Rod will be running it, so check it out. We'll talk to Rod a little later. So let's get the show underway. Let's welcome in Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Trim, where he does great work up there. Let's bring Al in right now. Al, what's happening? I know you made your way to Pick Dogs via a contest before, when the properties were mixed together in different ownership.
Yes, I did. So strongly recommend everyone giving it a shot. I mean, got nothing to lose, and if you love betting sports, you think you can do this, show up on the drive-through with Tony. I think you should definitely sign up. I mean, it's definitely worth it. It's been a fun experience. No, it's not all ups. Obviously, we take our downs too, but we show up here every day, and yeah, if you think you can handle the highs and lows of handicap and sports, I sure do suggest you give it a shot.
That's right, and it's a very big, it's a support group. Mitch spearheads it, supports the Cappers very well with this platform and all the views, 100,000+ subscribers and growing with all the traffic on the website. You're going to come into a family here that is well run and it supports you in your success here. So I definitely recommend joining that annual Become a Capper Contest. It runs from December 10th to 31st. Go over to the Instagram account over at Pick Dogs and get signed up. All right, Al, let's get underway here with the show. You got NBA tonight, heavy NBA card tonight. Jazz here hosting the T-Wolves. Jazz laid a 1.5, total 234.5.
Yeah, a lot of NBA tonight, but some tough matchups, some tough lines as well. And this maybe could end up being one of the more competitive matchups, but I do believe we have a couple edges here with the Utah Jazz playing at home, where they've been really good this season. And I just think they have the better team, really, especially the way they've been playing this season. Mike Conley's healthy, good to go. Larry Markkanen's still the big question mark, but I do, of course, I would much rather have him in the lineup the way he's been playing than not. But I do think they can still manage to handle these Timberwolves without him if he were to sit out, especially with Karl Anthony Towns still on the bench for them. So yeah, I do like the spot for the Jazz. I think we're laying a very reasonable number here, and I think it's definitely worth a shot. Yeah, on the premium side, just 2 NBAs for me. This one was very close to being a third, but I don't know. For some reason, I just decided to keep it off there and share with everyone here today on the show. I still do like it quite a bit though. So yeah, give me the Jazz. Mine's still 1.5, whatever the spread is. Mine's 1.5, 2. If you want to go a little money line, the Jazz right side here.
You wouldn't argue there with Jazz minus 1.5 here against. So it was the latest here on Markin, and it's a non-COVID illness that forced him to miss the game, his previous game. Non-COVID illness is in jeopardy of missing a game here. So so far it doesn't look like looks good here based on this reporter's analysis here. Looking here at my news aggregate does not look promising here for Mark. And I can understand why you would not make it a premium, because you were not sure of his status. Career high, here's career high here in points: 22 points a game, 8.5 boards a game, which is better than, almost as good as his second year in the league. 2.2 assists, which is a career high. So here he is in his sixth season, and he's starting to play out to his potential.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy I really liked coming into this league as a rookie. He had some experience as a pro coming in Europe, so he had a pretty decent rookie season. Maybe didn't quite hit my expectations, but he was okay, and he's always been kind of a decent role player. But yeah, definitely having an above average season, or at least it's been pretty good form coming into this. I mean, until he got hurt or sick.
Yeah, the sickness there. And, of course, the one thing with the Jazz, they have failed to cover 6 of 9. It's been the defense that they've struggled at, giving up 118 points per 100 possessions. And, of course, teams have had their struggles, too, without Towns in the lineup.
Yeah, of course, that's a big piece that they've been used to playing around. He's a guy that you don't just play him like a traditional big man. He's a guy you can run your offense around a little bit, kind of like Jokic, if you will. But, yeah, so they have to change their game up a little bit. It's not going to be evident, and now they're playing with just a defensive center, rather than a big man that can shoot. So it's different. It's going to take some adjustment, and I think that's a tough matchup for them in Utah.
Yeah, kind of tough one there. Jazz -1.5 here against the T-Wolves. This one will have a start time here of 9 Eastern time or down Ninos. Let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium for tonight's action. As we said, good NBA board tonight. We got 10 games up there. We got lots on the ice as well. A few from college hoops, heading into a pretty big weekend. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, I decided to pass on college basketball again today. Again, just the numbers I didn't like. There was one that was decent, but I didn't quite get there. I do have 2 plays in the NBA, as I mentioned. I have 2 plays in the NHL as well. Soccer went off. We're talking about it before the show. Unfortunate loss there. It looked good for Argentina for a while, but yeah, gave it up late. So it's a tough one there, but some good matchups tomorrow. So definitely looking for a bounce back in the World Cup tomorrow, and definitely liking my action tonight as well in the NBA.
You must have the 90-minute. You must have had the 90-minute way with Argentina, because they win in penalty kicks, but they give up the 2 there late there. On board with Ninos over at Pick Dodge Premiums. Come off a really good day yesterday. 400 units of profit tonight on the board for Ninos is in the NBA alley-oop up there with a credit guarantee attached to it. So these individual plays must and one-day passes must turn a profit on the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. That is profit guarantee. Also in there with NHL plays as well from Ninos, and already looking into FIFA Saturday World Cup coverage, 10 a.m. Eastern game here. So get on board with Ninos with the World Cup piece in there. But again, here we are on a Friday. Good time to get L's 3-day all sports pass. You get all of Ninos' premium plays here for 3 days. You'll get of course, all his NBA, all his college basketball, NHL, and of course the NFL coming here on Sunday. If he's in action, Army, Navy, that's part of it. Remember, there's a huge college basketball card tomorrow with a lot of really good games on neutral courts. A lot of these little tournaments in Vegas and across the country. So good time to get on board with Ninos here with that 3-day pass. Also will include his World Cup play for Saturday. Of course, you could use a promo code PICK at checkout, and that will save you 15% off. Add another capper with a 2-point cap promotion. Even greater value there. Right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. Keep up the great work. We'll talk with you again on Monday. But I know you also contribute to the weekend shows. We catch you a lot of times on the morning shows with Mitch and company on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, should be on Saturday, Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. So make sure you check that out. It's always a fun show, especially with all the football going on right now.
That's right. So check it out with Ninos, and he joins Mitch and company there. A lot of the drive-through cappers join the group there on the weekends. All right, have a great weekend. Talk next week.
Have a good one, Tom.
We got Ninos here on the drive-through. Let's continue on coverage, guys. Let's next up here is going to be Jay Briggs. You'll find him over at Pick Dodge Premium. Hope you guys check out Jay's jam session with those NBAs. He's having a great season in the NBA this year. Jay, what's happening?
What's going on tonight, Tony?
It's going great. Looking forward to this NBA card. We got one tonight here at 8:40 Eastern time. We got Pelicans here to host the Suns. Good matchup. Didn't make the ESPN lineup, but they can't all make it. There's a lot of good matchups tonight. Great. If you got the package, this is why you get it. Pelicans are dogs here. Suns on the road laying point and a half, total 228.
Yeah, Tony, you asked me. This one should have been on ESPN tonight, man. It's probably one of the better games on there tonight on the slate. We're going big game hunting tonight, man. And if you watch the jam session, you know I took the Pelicans and I took them on the money line. For me, it's just the right side to be on, Tony. I am a little nervous about it due to the Suns. We typically don't see the Suns lose back-to-back games. We almost unheard of to see the Suns lose 3 games in a row, so that's what gave me some pause. But I think that's what happens tonight, man. We got to take the Pelicans here. At this price point, man, they just been going crazy. They've won their last 5 games straight up. They were on a 5-game win streak. They dominated in 3 of those, winning 3 of them by 20-plus points. And the other 2, they just took care of business at home against the Pistons and the Thunder in those games. They didn't cover in those games, but they did get the win, and all we need here tonight is a win. The Suns are kind of struggling right now, and the Suns don't play their best basketball on the road. The Pelicans play their best basketball at home, and here at this price, man, we just got to go ahead and take the Pelicans.
Yeah, Pelicans are underdogs here. It's not it is the Pelicans here at +1.5. So you're getting dog value there. And again, it's hard to argue that when you know the way that the Pelicans have looked. Even always worried here the Pelicans without Brandon Ingram, but not the case. Remember they acquired McCollum last year, and Williamson is playing to his potential. That we can say right now in this small window he has been. Let's see how as we get deeper into the season if we can maintain this consistency. Of course, Valanciunas has been a good addition. Also, his game has helped a lot by Williamson on the court too.
Yeah, you're correct, Tony. I've been saying that all season too. I said the main piece for this Pelicans team, in my mind, this Pelicans team can be a top 3 team in the West, and it's all contingent on if Zion Williamson can stay healthy, and when healthy, can he be that top 5 player that his potential will allow him to be? Because we know when he came in, Zion has always been one of the most highly recruited guys. We know his potential, man. He definitely can be a top 5 player. It's just can he stay in shape and can he stay healthy? And right now, Tony, he's just in that mode, man. He's playing like it. He's healthy, and he's been dominating. And I'm not going to step in front of him here tonight. I know no Brandon Ingram. When he comes back, this team is going to be a really dangerous team. But they're still dangerous right now, like you said, with McCollum. He was always the Batman to Damian Lillard in Portland. But those were some really good Portland teams with him and Damian Lillard. McCollum is an underrated guard in this league, and I kind of like what him and Zion got going right now, especially with some of those young guys as well. So I'm going to take the Pelicans here tonight. Here at home, they've been dominant, won 5 straight. And I know the Suns don't lose 3 games in a row. They barely lose back-to-back, but I think it's in order here tonight, Tony, so we're going to lay it.
I think we can be looking at the 1 and 2 seeds. I don't know which one won, which one's 2 when we get to the end of the Western Conference seeding. I don't think the Warriors are gonna break through here. We could be looking here at the 1 and 2 seeds here playing tonight. What do you think?
We very well could. Very well could.
All right. Pelicans +1.5 here against the Suns. This one to have a start time here of 8:40 Eastern time. You got to have the package for this one, of course. ESPN guys, you should know this is probably a Western Conference Finals preview. This should have been on your network. Jay's right. All right, guys, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Stream tonight. Jay, tonight good NBA board tonight. We got 10 games on the card. We got a few college basketball for the diehards. I mean, these are the grinders out there. When you look at some of these matchups tonight, man, woo, need some help playing these. But anyway, 1,086 units in the NBA tonight. Doing great work over at Pick Dogs. Took over the past 30 days, 647 units of profit, nearly 1,200 last 7 days. Coming up a monster day yesterday. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yes, sir, Tony, man. We're trying to stay red hot, and like you just said, man, we've gotten on a hot streak the last 30, last 7, and even just yesterday, 3-0 last night, man. We're seeing it really well right now. We just want to stay that way. We got 5 total plays up there for me tonight, man. They're all in the NBA. 5 plays in there. So if you want all 5, I have a Friday night mega pack. You can hop on that, $60. I have a money making 3-pack. I love that 3-pack tonight, $40. Or you can hop on my $15 NBA Jam Session play. It's my best bet in the NBA every night. We've hit 4 or 5 on that play this week on the Jam Session play. Also, off a winner last night. We had the Nuggets in a close one, man. What a game that was. But yeah, 4 or 5 this week. So you just want to stay red hot, continue stacking some units. Y'all see the work we're putting in the NBA, man. We're seeing it really well. We just want to continue it that way. Check out my jam session as well, man. That's where I go through every game on the slate every night. So I'm giving out some real value on that jam session play, man. It's starting to catch on. And so let's just continue. It's helping me also stay really sharp in the NBA. So let's just continue to try to stay hot. I love tonight's card as well.
That's right, guys. Got aboard with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs. You see the numbers, 1,086 units of profit in the NBA 2022. It's all documented, verified that. We're going to Jay's handicapper page at Pick Dogs. Go down to Pick History. You can see all the plays up there. Tonight, Jay's featured plays is $15 NBA Jam Session. It is credit guaranteed. It's his best bet in the NBA, so guaranteed to win. Or if the amount it doesn't win, then the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. That is credit guarantee. Also in there with the mega pack, 5-pack, as Jay was mentioning. 5 plays here from this 10-game NBA card tonight from Jay, so get on board there with it. He does condense it down to 3 if you like, so lots of choices up there. But here we are on a Friday. You may consider getting Jay's 3-day all sports pass. Get all of Jay's premium plays for 3 days. Of course, that would cover Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. NBA here for 3 days. We got college basketball. Good card coming up here this weekend. Tomorrow, highlighted by tomorrow with a lot of big matchups, as well as the NFL comes back into action here on Sunday. If he's in action, Army, Navy, that's also part of your 3-day pass. If he delves into some World Cup, we'll see. You never know. He may do that. He's in pocket with them. We'll see if he's ready to pound in with the premium. If he is, that's also part of the 3-day pass. A good time to get on board with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. Jay, it's always good having you show. Have a great weekend. We'll chat again next week. But I know you contribute a lot over at Pick Dogs. Your jam session with your rundown in the NBA, every game on the board with a pick. You've done the NFL show during the middle of the week. So as we're getting closer to the NFL, for the big card on Sunday, you want to go out and check that video that you shot with Big Al and Mitch. Run down on every game with a pick on every game from the NFL. Of course, we can catch you on halftime on NFL Sunday.
Yes, sir. Like you said, a lot of me going on here at pickdogs.com, man. My jam session, NFL show earlier in the week with Mitch and Big Al. I love doing that show with those two guys. So you can check that out. Get ready for your NFL Sunday. I'll be on the weekend show tomorrow and Sunday, so you can catch me there. And anything else? Halftime as well this coming up weekend. So great weekend. A lot of action in sports. We got, like you said, college basketball, NBA, NFL. Hop on a long-term package, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. Pair me up 2-for-1 capper special with any of these great guys on the show, man. Rod, Brian, Tony, Al, Brad. Can't go wrong. Jovan, no matter which way you go, man. Let's continue making some money. I'll see y'all tomorrow on the morning show, and I'll see y'all on the drive-thru on Monday.
You got it. See you on the drive-thru on Monday. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on our coverage, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we'll recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here. It's time to welcome in Brad Francis. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Film. Check out the UFC show that with Brad and Mills here on Saturday, following the morning show. So make sure you tune in to that. And let's go ahead and bring Brad Francis in right now. Brad, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tony? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you as well. Here we go tonight, 7:40 Eastern Time. This is on ESPN. Sixers here to host the Lakers. 76ers opened at 3. It's moved all the way up to 5 now with a total of 227.5.
Yeah, definitely liked it more at 3, but I'm still liking it at -5. So I am taking the Sixers tonight against the spread. Sixers, they kind of been struggling. They're on a 3-game skid, notably taking a loss to the Rockets at home in their last game. But I think this is a great bounce-back spot for them. You know, the Sixers, they've been very good against the spread this season, even after dropping those 3 and not covering. They're still 13-11 ATS this season, while the Lakers 9-14-1 ATS. And you know, the Sixers, they're coming into this one on 4 days rest, so they'll be the fresher team. And Harden, he shot pretty bad in his first game back in the lineup last game, but you know, sometimes it takes a while to get back in the groove of things after taking some time off. So I see him picking it back up tonight. And even though this Laker team, they are playing better. They started the year off really bad, and they're kind of finding their groove, but this team's just too inconsistent. They're still fade material for me, especially on the road. So, yeah, give me the Sixers to win and cover tonight.
All right, Brad is going to be on the 76ers here, going to lay the 5 here against the Lakers. Yeah, you know, we're looking at this one. The 76ers have played well at home. I know you got to do a little bit of research here because they played road games, but I've seen them winning 6 of 7 at home, and they've defended at home holding teams 104 points per 100 possessions while scoring 111 per 100. Of course, remember, Davis missed that game a few back because of illness, and we'll see the impact of it on his first game back. That's always a concern when it's non-COVID related, but again, we'll see how the stamina holds up as he missed, again, illness. That's something you always worry about, that first game back from that type of injury.
Yeah, and I mean, that's been their main guy this season. And shoot, I know when I'm sick, I got to play a basketball game in a few days. I'm not going to be feeling it. So, I mean, he's a different breed, but we'll see. I think it could affect his performance tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. 76ers are laying 5 here against the Lakers. This one will have a start time of 7:40 Eastern time. Game 1 of the doubleheader on ESPN. All right, Jay, Brad, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Pin for tonight's action, as we've got a 10-game board on the NBA, as well as hockey, a big card from hockey as well. A few college hoops who are doing great work in the NHL this year. That is all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium, if you can verify those numbers. Also showing profit in the NBA as well as college hoops, showing great work here in the major sports. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I know you were talking about the college basketball slate earlier, how it's not too great, but that's all I got tonight. I got 3 college basketball plays. It's my favorite sport to bet on. There was so much NBA action tonight. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna focus on college basketball. Don't get too overwhelmed here. So yeah, I got my college basketball 3-pack up there. But tomorrow, I'm already looking at plays, already putting plays in. So I'm looking for a big slate and a big day tomorrow. So great time to hop on that 3-day, 7-day, 2-for-1 capper special. Can't go wrong with either of that.
So I get up over with Brad Francis over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's doing great work in college hoops as well as NBA and NHL. Tonight he's looking at this college. So he sees some edges here, and he says he thinks there's some wrong lines up there on the board, and he's going to fire in on a 3-pack. Doesn't matter. This is D1 basketball. 353 teams, I think it is, and one of them that's ranked 353 is playing tonight. So get on board there with Brad Francis over at Pick Dogs Premium, and of course, he sees value in the board. He's gonna pound it. So get on board. That 3-pack is up there right now. Credit guarantee, must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. That is credit guaranteed, and of course. That's his 3-pack going on tonight. And here we are on a Friday. You may consider getting that 3-day all sports pass from Brad. Get all of Brad's premium plays here from all the major sports he caps. We're talking NBA. We're talking college hoops. We're talking, if he's in action, Army, Navy, that's part of it as well. NFL coming here on a Sunday. NHL. And of course, we got the UFC coming up on Saturday. So a good time to get on board with Brad over at Pick Dodge Premium. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. That'll knock off 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, Brad, as always, great having you show. Keep up that great work. We'll catch up with you again next week. But I know you and Mills put together a UFC show on Saturdays whenever there's UFC cards.
Yep, and we got a big one this week in UFC 282. So me and Mills will be live after the morning show tomorrow. So be sure to check that out. Other than that, I'll see you guys on Monday.
Gotcha. Check it out after the morning show with Brad and Mills. UFC picks. Get some great plays there from both of them. All right, Brad, have a great weekend. We'll talk Monday.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Have a good night.
You got it. Brad Francis here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you miss any picks, we'll recap here at the end of the show. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And here we are at the halftime of the show. I just want to remind you guys about the contest that's going on right now over at Pick Dogs. And, of course, that is the Become a Capper contest. And right now, you have an opportunity to become a member of the Pick Dogs roster by winning the Capper contest or making a really good impression of yourself. I know Mitch has brought cappers on that have not have won, but they've made a very good impression of themselves with their picks, their analysis when they write up the picks, even some of the videos. You can right now go ahead and register for that over on the Instagram account for Pick Dogs. So get on board. The contest starts tomorrow, December 10th. So you better hurry up and get in and get signed up quickly. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till the last minute to do this. Don't do this to Rod. All right, Rod's the commissioner. Commissioner Rod. You don't want to get Commissioner Rod uptight with you. So make sure you get signed in right now and don't wait till the last minute. Don't procrastinate. So get signed up for that annual Become a Capper contest right now going on at Pick Dogs December 10th through the 31st. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's time to welcome, well, speaking of the contest, someone who competed in this contest was Jovan Burts. If I'm over at Pick Dogs Pimp, done great work since coming aboard here on Pick Dogs. Let's bring him in right now. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? Just waiting for a big college basketball and NFL weekend.
That's right. Good card coming up here tomorrow. We got to the NFL as well as we're getting here into the winter months. And this is when it starts to get serious. These teams trying to trying to make the playoffs so they can spit out the bit like the Raiders did yesterday. So a lot's happening here. Oh, I know you got it right. No, got it, man. They've had it tough, right? You have a guy that's never coached in his life beat him, and you had a guy come off waivers with just 2 days in the team, and they beat him. That's horrible losses there for the Colts, and Rams losses were some of the worst I've seen.
Just real quick about that game. One of the things I knew, I had liked the Rams. I didn't quite get there on the premium. I was going to put it out on the premium, but I didn't. I actually ended up putting out the over, which lost. But you could see both teams were moving the ball in the first half. And then, both teams, turned over the ball. But you saw in the second half where the Raiders couldn't get anything going, and you just knew that, Baker Mayfield, he was moving the ball in the third quarter, even though he wasn't getting really any traction. Then the fourth quarter happened. And that's what happens in the NFL a lot of times. You know what I mean? You put a team away early. If you don't put a team away early, even if it's a bad team, it's going to bite you in the ass, especially on the road, and it did with the Raiders.
Yep.
Good for them.
Yep, that's exactly what happened to him, and no doubt about that. It was a bad loss there. They've had 2 bad losses. Actually 3 of them. That one to Arizona, the one to the Colts, and this one. This was just awfully bad from both of them.
Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, we'll get rolling here in tonight with Jovan. We're looking at the NBA tonight. This is a doubleheader game on ESPN. Mavericks here to host the Bucks. The Bucks favor on the road, lane 1, total 224.
Yeah, and I'm on the Mavs in this one. Last week I believe they played fairly recently. The Bucks got to them. Second night of a back-to-back. It was just a bad spot for the Mavs. But in this one, I think the tables are turned. I think Luka has a hell of a game. I think he has one of those triple-double games, one of those 30-plus, 40-plus triple-doubles. You have someone like Tim Hardaway Jr. He's coming into his own all of a sudden. He's found his way off the bench and getting productive minutes. And I like the way he's playing on right now. I think they found something with him, filling the gaps that filling the void that was lost with the loss of Jalen Brunson. So that's a positive thing for this team. Both of these teams are on three game winning streaks, but the Mavericks, I think their 3 wins in a row hold more weight because of who they played. So the Bucks, they look good. They still need to get Chris Middleton into the fold a little bit more. But they smacked around the last 3 wins. They've smacked around the likes of Orlando, just the bottom dwellers. Now they're on the road. I think it's a bad spot for them, quite frankly. On the road Friday night. Got to play in Big D. And, I'm on the Mavs.
All right, we got Jovan here taking the Mavs +1 here against the Bucks. We got a lot of data now on these teams, so you can start looking at how these teams perform on the road. I looked at this. I didn't look at it twice. You are looking here at the Mavericks looking good over their past 5 games, averaging 120 points for 100 possessions, sitting tops in offensive efficiency of any team over the past 5 games. So they've kind of got it together after a slow start. But when you look at the Bucks, they have not shot the ball well. For some reason, they've not shot the ball well this season on the road. And that was one thing they did when they were that championship team, is they really dominated teams on the road. But this year, just hitting 43% from the field away from home.
Yeah, just the way this team is constructed, they have a lot of the same guys. But, it seems like years past, they've had that shooting, especially when it counted. This year, not so much. Maybe it's injuries, that's holding them. Well, it's not holding them back because, they still have a hell of a record. They're still, beating up teams and all that. But it just seems different. When you get a good look at them on the court, it seems different from before. They got Bobby Portis. He can hit a shot every now and then from the outside, but he's usually, not back to the basket, but, considering, what the NBA is, he's a big that, plays around the rim for the most part. He's a kind of an intimidator too. You got Brook Lopez. He likes to shoot, open threes or whatever. But Chris Middleton, he's getting back to the fold. He's gonna be that guy, that's gonna hit his shots, whether contested or open. And you have Drew Holiday, who's a hell of a player. But after that, it's like, Grayson Allen, Connaughton, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things, man. And they're getting by basically on the strength of Giannis. That's the way I see it. You know what I mean? So bad shooting performances, they still get by because they have one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, they do, and you're facing also too. There are some down teams there in the East. You got your Pistons, your Charlotte teams, your Orlando. Atlanta's not looking very good this year. Just looks like
Miami's
Trey Young.
not looking too good.
No, Miami's not looking
Yeah,
good.
I mean, the East. I would say I'm not saying the East will have is having a down year, but they're let's just say this: their bottom half is really bottom half. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? So yeah, the bottom is really dragging the East down by the way they look. I'll say that.
Yeah, and when you look at the Mavericks, they're 13-11. That's against the Western Conference. And remember, they had struggles. This happens a lot in the NBA. Teams trying to find themselves, trying to find the right rotations that match up, and then they start to tighten up here as we get closer to the new year.
Yeah, absolutely. There's not really much more to say about that.
All right, we got Jovan here. Mavericks +1 against the Bucks. This one will begin here at 10 Eastern time. This is your doubleheader game on ESPN. That's right. Mavericks playing like a West Coast time here for this late night game on ESPN. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Screen for tonight's action. Of course, you put together some fantastic numbers here. 1,702 units of profit here for the from the NFL this year. Also showing profit 991 units for 2022. Showing profit in college football, near 1,000 units of profit there. So fantastic numbers there from Jovan over at Pick Dogs Premium. And of course, tonight we got that 10-game board from the NBA, as well as a few from college hoops as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it's Friday, so you know what that means. Time to take flight on these books with my Take Flight Friday NBA 3-pack. Just 3 NBA games today. I didn't force the college basketball slate. There's plenty of games to do that tomorrow, and I'm gonna have plenty of plays. Believe that. It's a big slate. And I'm going to have some plays. I'm already eyeing a bunch of them. I don't even know if I'm going to weed down a lot because I like this card so much. And I can't really say that a lot of nights with college basketball or NBA this season in particular. Then, once, you might as well just jump on the 3-day, but jump on the 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. You jump on the 3-day, for instance, try it out. Once you hit big tomorrow, because I'm planning to hit big tomorrow, jump in, parlay that into Sunday. I'm expecting to have a monster day. I love this slate of games for week 14. So that's all I'm gonna say for that. So I'm expecting to have at least 6 plays in the NFL. That's just what I do in the NFL. I at least have 6. So yeah, it's all here. Sports Chat Place to Pick Dogs. Also, match me on one of the other handicappers for the 2-for-1 Capital Promotional. It's all here. Sports Chat Place to Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it, guys. Get on board here with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs. You see the great results here. 1,702 units of profit in the NFL. That is all documented. Also showing profit for 2022, 991 units. Also great college football season for Jovan. So get on board with his Take Flight NBA 3-pack on the board from this 10-game card. So get on board there. Or, as we talked about, here we are on a Friday. A great opportunity to get on board with Jovan's 3-day all sports pass. He calls this Fire Pack Pass. Get all of Jovan's plays here, premium plays here for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it'll be in action tonight with the NBA. Of course, NBA here Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Of course, we do have that big NFL card coming up. So good time to get on board there with Jovan with that 3-day all sports pass. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you show. We'll talk a little bit later on the recap, but I know we can catch your parlay of the day video every day at Pick Dogs. You're also part of that morning show on the weekends.
Yeah, absolutely. And as soon as the show's over, I'm gonna get to it. I'll get a 2-team parlay on board, probably a college basketball one. So check that out. And also, tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, have free picks with the fellas. On the morning show. And then, Mondays and Fridays, right here at the drive-thru.
That's right. So check out Jovan there over at Pick Dogs on the morning shows, 10 a.m. each time on the weekends, and check out his parlay video. Jovan, we'll talk during the recap. Talk to you a little bit.
Absolutely, I'll be here.
You got it, Jovan Burts here on the drive through. Guys, again, if you missed any of our picks, we'll recap at the end of the show. I know I'm getting someone asking me a question, Jose Fanha. I didn't get your questions. That's why I didn't respond to any of them. Can you answer my 2 questions, please? But I didn't see any questions you asked. So unless you wanted to know about the Davis and LeBron information, well, it's an important game. So let me go ahead and update you guys here on the status here of both LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I can now confirm that they will be in the lineup. We have a confirmed lineup for the Lakers. Here's your starting 5 for LA. That is confirmed. Schroeder, Beverly, Walker, James, and Davis. They will play tonight. Those 5 are confirmed starters. If that's your question, Jose, hope we got it for you. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Next up, let's go over to Brian Bitler. You'll find him over at Pick Dog Spring. Let's get to Brian in right now. Been doing great work. Same top the leaderboards here. Past 30 days has been on absolute fire. Brian, what's happening?
I'll tell you what, Jovan's absolutely right. This weekend's going to be big. You know, I was eyeing up some NFL games in particular, Minnesota Vikings, Detroit Lions. There's definitely some opportunities this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. And tonight's card in the NBA, definitely, to me, I think it's a really, really strong card in the NBA. But I always say that on Fridays, and, you know, every once in a while I get burnt. But I don't think tonight will be one of those nights.
Don't be that one of those nights. All right, let's go to college hoops. This is one of the featured games of the evening tonight on Root Sports, 9 Eastern time. Gonzaga facing Washington. Gonzaga here going to be laying 16, total 148.
Yeah, I believe if I had a premium play in college basketball tonight, it would be the Gonzaga Bulldogs. And but I think the books are really begging you, I think, to take the Washington Huskies. Also, what turns off the masses for Gonzaga is their 2-7 ATS record. This is only the second true road game here for Washington, and a bad spot here to play Gonzaga, who already has 3 key losses and really need to get some resume wins versus Power 5 conference teams. Washington, other than St. Mary's, really hasn't played anybody too spectacular here. I think Gonzaga gets a statement blowout win. Favorite 5-1 last 6 matchups between these 2 teams. I like Gonzaga laying the 16.5.
Brian says lay the 16 here with Gonzaga here against Washington. Yeah, this line's kind of moved a little bit when you looked at it. Let's just I just want to make sure this is the highest profile game, I believe, in college hoops for tonight. And people, if they're going to be in action here, of an opener of 15.5, moved to 16. There are some 16.5s out there, so it's kind of mixed bag. So make sure you get the best number there on this one. But yeah, you know, Gonzaga hasn't covered though. Hasn't been the dominating cover team that we've seen here this year. I think the number 1 seed probably not going to happen for them, but that doesn't mean they're going to be a great team, right? You can, you know, if you get a top 4 seed, that's still in play here for these Bulldogs. So there's still some motivation to build out that resume to get a possible, at least get a 4 seed. That's really what you want, because then you get the favorable location in those top 4 seeds, get placed closer to home.
Yeah, at least with Gonzaga here not being a number 1 seed, at least I don't anticipate them being a number 1 seed. They're not going to have that spotlight on them, but they still need to get some out of conference big wins. And not Washington. Washington's not a huge win. But any win against a Pac-12 team or a Power 5 conference definitely goes as a positive in the resume column. And I just think this line's set really high. And to me, it makes me like Gonzaga. You know, some people might get scared off of that 2-7 ATS record. But I think you're going to see Gonzaga start to cover some games.
Now we can see, and of course, the more Washington, well, I mean, they're off to a 7-2 start, 1-1 in the Pac-12, winning a home game against Colorado. The better they do, the better Gonzaga looks. That's just the way it works. Now, though, one thing here about Washington, they are defending this year. And Gonzaga, we'll see how it rolls here. They didn't cover that game against Kent. That's the last time we saw them play. Couldn't separate, but Kent's not a bad team.
Nope, Kent State definitely. I like the Golden Flashers, MAC conference. MAC conference, that's definitely one of my favorite conferences. And you can't take them lightly. But Gonzaga, you know, I just think tonight I'm smelling a 20. Market that I say they win by 20 points or more.
He looks for,
and I'm not a Gonzaga guy, but tonight I am.
Yeah, tonight he is. Also not a big play there, favorite guy, but he's on the favorite tonight, so he likes to lay the points here with Gonzaga. This one will have a start time here, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Root Sports. You're gonna have to use DirecTV and get the local network pass there, because that's a tough channel to find anywhere. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Sprint for tonight's action. Of course, we got that 10-game NBA card, as well as a lot of action on the ice tonight. You handicap NHL, so a big Friday night card on the ice, as well as some college hoops. Some of the teams you like to look at. What do you have going over at Pick Dog's Premium?
I'll tell you what, I got 2 premiums in the NHL tonight, both available for $30 individually. But my best play is my titanium play, 78-40 over the last 118. That's a 66% win percentage on that $15 best bet. 9-2 run last 11 $15 titanium plays. Get that one over at pickdogs.com, or it's in my 3-pack, my square dancing. NBA 3-pack includes that $15 NBA best bet, so make sure you head on over there, pick it up. Maybe get the 3-day pass, because tomorrow, like Jovan plays, and then in the NFL, I'm looking at some big plays, especially Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions. So definitely check it out over at Pick Dogs.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs. Look at the numbers here. 1,930 units of profit the last 30 days. Also showing great profit for 2022. And, of course, Brian has been profitable in many leagues right now, going off, showing profit this year in college football, NFL, NHL, NBA, all the major sports. Brian is showing profit in. So get on board with Brian right now over at Pick Dogs. He does have action, as he mentioned tonight, with his titanium wager from the NBA. That's his $15 premium play. That is credit guaranteed to turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. There you go with credit guarantee. Also plays from Brian from the NHL, as he talked about. Square dancing. It's Friday. He's going square dancing here. His 3-pack. So Brian's ready to roll here with square dancing on that 3-pack. But then again, here we are on a Friday. A really good value right now is that 3-day all sports pass. You get all of Brian's premium plays for 3 days. All his hockey, all his NBA, all his college hoops. Got the huge college basketball card tomorrow, right? This is the first Saturday without major college football. We got Army, Navy, but that's it. So lots of college hoops up there. Good lineups. So get on board here with Brian. We got the NFL as well coming here on Sunday. That 3-day pass is the way to roll here. Use the promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save 15% off. Amounts to less than $30 a day when you get Brian's 3 pens. Much more affordable than having to buy each of them individually. So get on board there with Brian. Use promo code PICK at checkout to save you the 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there, right? Brian, as always, it's great having you on the show. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk with you again on Monday.
Definitely look forward to checking you out on Monday. I'm just going to stay tuned here, watch my good buddy Rod Zawacky come in here for Steak Friday. Always enjoy seeing Rod, and you guys take it easy. I'll catch you on Monday.
Catch you on Monday. Brian Bitler here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, reminder, if you missed any of our picks, we will do a recap here at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And, of course, Jovan will help me out here on the recap. You don't want to miss it. We'll have a lot of good information flowing for you guys here on the show. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Next up, as we've got, is Rod Zawacky. If I'm over at Pick Dog Spring, where he's done some fantastic work for us here on the show. Bring in Rod right now. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much. Handing out numbers and getting everybody signed up for Happers Contest. Definitely head on over to Instagram and sign up. Contest starts tomorrow, so definitely we'll give you a 1-day grace period where we won't gain points. So if you're 1 day grace period,
that's right, Commissioner Rod. So you want to stay on his good side. So make sure you get those plays in. And what we got, like, you think last I heard there's about 150, 200 people in already. What's some of the advice you give some of these newbies that are in this contest? Definitely the do-nots and do's.
Definitely just make sure that you put your number in there, and then just make sure you put what sport, because you can't just put Detroit plus 8 points or just put Detroit, because there's always more than one Detroit team playing on any given night. That's the one thing I give you advice for. I'll give you a little example on day one. I will look in the comments for me, and I will set you a nice little example on how to enter your picks. Be nice and easy. Make it simple. That way it's easy. Just have fun. This is what you're going to do and what you're going to bet.
There you go. Just make sure you just follow the rules from Commissioner Rod. So just stay on the good side and make sure you just.
We're not asking you to build a rocket. We're not building rockets here. We're just trying to make some money and get some winners. That's what we're trying to do.
That's exactly right. So, guys, get signed up. We started off tomorrow, so get signed up right now on the Instagram over at Pick Dogs. All right, we'll get here, taking a look at Rod's game for tonight. We're going to the ice tonight as the Sabres will be hosting the Penguins. Penguins minus 150 on the road, total 6.5.
Yeah, we're going to look at this game here. The Sabres definitely been lighting the lamp, but so have these Penguins doing the same thing. This Penguins, Craig Anderson's going to get a start for the Buffalo Sabres in this one. He hasn't started in a few games, so might be a little rusty for me in this one. He's 5-4 on the season with a 2.87 goals against with a 916 save percentage. So not a bad start for him. But you look on the other side, and Tristan Jarry is going to get the start for these Penguins. He's won 3 straight. He's 7-0-2 in his last 9 on the season. He's 11-3-1 with a 275 goals against average and a 919 save percentage. This Penguins team, you figured they were going to get down on themselves after that Letang news, and that definitely did not happen. What's happened is this team's come together even more than what they were before and started winning teams and beating teams and pounding teams since that news has hit. They've won 4 straight on the road, and 3 of those have been by 2 or more goals. And you look at the dominance over the Buffalo Sabres. They are 40-60 in the last 56 meetings versus these Sabres, including 20-8 the last 28 in Buffalo. And you look at Buffalo, home has not been where their heart is, and they definitely haven't played so well there. 2-7 in the last 9 at home here are these Buffalo Sabres. Don't get high on the Buffalo Sabres just because they've beat up on Columbus 9-4. That is a bad Columbus team. Take the Pittsburgh Penguins in this one. We're going to take the Pittsburgh Penguins on the puck line. I think they can beat the Sabres by 2+, and we get a nice plus to kick off our weekend.
All right, there we go with Rod here on the Penguins puck line. Lay the goal and a half, get a nice return, plus 165 here against the Sabres. The Sabres team that, well, had that hot, like Chris always says, always has the hot start, then falls flat on their face, and they show a little bit of improvement. Then, of course, the Penguins is the team we had talked about before. I remember a couple of weeks ago, we're almost writing their obituary, about this team. They had that tough road trip in the Canadian Western trip was tough. A lot of road games, and then they had that spot where all teams hate, a long road trip, come home for one game, then go back on the road, and that's why you can explain some of their struggles. Now they have a lot of home games, better travel spots, and we're starting to see the wins pile up. Yeah, and that's exactly, they're starting to get comfortable at home. They're starting to gel together as a team. Like I said, I think that the injury news to Letang definitely brought this Pittsburgh Penguins team together. You look at the division; their numbers against the division opponents have been lights out. They're averaging 4 goals while holding division opponents down to 1 goal a game, and they've just got a new zest on life. That road trip, I think, they opened their eyes, and they're definitely playing the better hockey right now. And I know don't just because you've seen Buffalo Sabres score 9 goals the last time out. Trust me, they're not going to score 9 goals against this Pittsburgh Penguins team. Not with Jarry and not the way he's been playing lights out hockey. We're going to take the Pittsburgh Penguins to shut down that Buffalo Sabres unit tonight. I got this like 5-2, 6-2. I think the over is probably in play as well. Probably get well over the number. A little bonus play there for you. There you go. We have the bonus play there for Jose and all those in the chat room looking for some help. I know we're going to get a lot of requests here this next 3 weeks for picks, Rod. You know why? Exactly right. You know why. Penguins, and then of course we're going to hear about it when we get them wrong, even twice as much. But it's all right. That's why it's not like we're not used to it, right? Penguins puck line minus 1.5 goals plus 165 against the Sabres. This one will have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern time on the package. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Pin for tonight's action. Of course, big NHL card here for Friday, which means we'll see some teams in back-to-backs on Saturday. So also a 10-game card here from the NBA. We got a few there from college hoops still to go. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium? And over at Big Dogs Premium, I turned my slump around in the last 2 days. We're on a nice 9-2 run. So let's keep it going into the weekend here. As you can see, NBA has been good to us. So is college hoops, both winning plus money on those to start the season. So I've got 2 NBA slam dunks and my college basketball slam dunk where you can pick up in one package. It's my Feel Good Friday triple on the hardwood. You can pick that up over at Pick Dogs Premium, or I've got my 10-star play of the day. We're going for a 3rd straight on that play.
in the play of the day, you can get it solely by itself over Pick Dogs Premium, $15, or it's included in my NHL Stake Friday triple, where you get all three of my plays on tonight's NHL action. Or now's that time, grab a 30-day. As I said, you'll get all 6 of night in those plays, and then and definitely going to have at least 5 plays in that going. You got another 8-game card in hockey. We got NBA, so I'll have plays in as well, and then we got an NFL card that looks real good on Sunday. So nice bounce back Sunday from last Sunday here. Definitely grab a 3-day. You'll get all those plays, save you from buying all these packages. And don't forget to use the promo code PICK at checkout, and that'll save you 15% off all your purchase of $25 or more. And if you're like in just college football, check out my bowl pass. We had a nice winning bowl season last year. You can grab that for $149. Get everything included right through the national championship. Jump aboard. Let's make some money.
That's right. That's right, guys. Get on board here. Zawacky over at Pick Dogs. Some good results here in the NBA, as you can see here. The 10-game card. Also showing great profit in college hoops to start the year. So get on board here with Zawacky over at Pick Dogs Premium. As he mentioned, his play of the day up there for $15 is credit guaranteed. Guaranteed to turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back to your account. For site credits, that is credit guarantee. Also in there with a Feel Good Friday triple, 3-pack here from Rod. Steak Friday triple as well. Executive Info Saturday plays. We'll get into Saturday action as well. He's in action here with the Army and Navy game. It's going to play like a bowl game because neither are bowl eligible. Army's 5-6, but those 2 FCS wins did not qualify them for a bowl game. You got to have at least 5 wins against D1 opponents. So they had against FBS opponents. They have 2 wins against FCS, beating Villanova and Colgate. So that's the reason why if they win, they go 6-6. They will not make the bowl game because they didn't win enough FBS games. So that's the scope there on that. So get on board there with Rod Zawacky. Now here we are on a Friday. Great time to get that 3-day all sports pass from Rod. All of Rod's premium plays here for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He's in action here with the NBA, college hoops, the NHL, of course. Army Navy, as you see, he's got a play up there from Army Navy already, as well as the big NFL card here on Sunday. And Rod always gets that Monday night game in early, so you include that NFL football game for you as well. So great value there on that 3-day pack from Rod. And use that promo code PICK at checkout. That will save 15% off. Really good value there. So now we get under $30 a day for Rod's premium plays for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. A great value there. Just get the 3-day all sports pass, your best value there. We're using the promo code PICK at checkout. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Rod, is always great having your show. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk with you again on Monday. But I know we can catch you on every day over at Pick Dogs on the morning show with Mitch and with Chris, and of course the Puck Dog show.
Yeah, definitely tune in the morning show. Me, Chris, and Mitch. Always a good time. We definitely find some nice D-Gen bets too. Some big winners. We find some extended lines sometimes as well. So definitely tune into that. Always a good time. Had it all over there, and definitely tune into the weekend show where we get more of some of the same drive-through cappers. Head on over there and give us some more plays on the weekend. Always good times. And then also check me and Chris as we do the Puck Dogs videos. Definitely got a nice Puck Dog parlay that I love that's going tonight. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. If you're looking for, as we see in the comments there, you're looking for some more hockey plays, check out all our videos. We've covered every game going on right now. Check out the videos, and that should give you a little bit of insight into tonight's hockey action. I know we got a nice Puck Dog parlay tonight. We also have one tomorrow, so tune in, check it out. Like, subscribe, follow. That way you get notified when those videos come out, and you don't miss out on any of the content, and you can jump onto some of those lines early.
That's right. Subscribe, set notifications, and hit those thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. All right, Rod, have a great weekend. We'll catch up next week.
You too, Tony. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Good luck with all your bets, and smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Nothing. Helps us out. Costs you nothing. Helps us out a ton. We appreciate everybody, and we'll see you on Monday tomorrow morning.
That's right. Check them out in the morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time with that morning show. Rod Zawacky here on the drive-thru. Right, we're going to get to the recap. Let me get my pick to you. I like the Knicks here, lay the 3.5 here against the Charlotte Hornets, and that's going to be my play here for tonight's show here. We know Toppin and Arcia Diacono are out for the Knicks, but Ball, Hayward, Martin, Smith, and Williams out for Charlotte. Looking at this this Hornets team, they've lost 4 of 5, sitting 29th in defensive efficiency, give up 121 points per 100 possessions. and giving up 51% shooting, 41% from three. Looking at this Knicks team, they've won 2 straight, really powered by the rebounding, and I like the way they're playing defense here, as they've gone over in 4 straight, but the defense they've been holding teams 104 points per 100 possessions. I like the Knicks here in this road spots against a Hornets team that has not impressed me, and are really injured too as well. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's now time for the recap. And of course, you can find my premium place, a 3-pack up there right now over at Pick Dogs. Get signed up with my best bets bundled in my 3-pack, I should say as well. And use that promo code PICK and save 15% off. I got an NBA and college basketball 3-pack bundle. Let's bring in Jovan. It's time for the recap. Jovan will help me out with this one. We started off with Ninos. Jazz lay the 1.5 against Timberwolves. Jay was on the Pelicans plus 1.5 against the Suns. Brad 76ers laying 5 against the Lakers. Jovan Mavericks plus 1 against the Bucks. Brian Gonzaga laying the 16 against Washington. And we got Rod Penguins puck line, lay the puck and a half against the Sabres plus 165. I'm the Knicks, lay the 3.5 against the Hornets. All right, Jovan, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Yeah. Man, I'm in direct line of fire with some of these. No. So let's see. I'm a roll with you, Tony, with the Knicks. I think it's a good spot for them to smack down the Hornets.
All right, Knicks showing a little bit of life here. Hornets have not. So yeah, there. I'm gonna return it to you because I like the Mavs plus 1 against the Bucks. I mentioned how the Bucks are not shooting well here from on the road, 43%. The Mavs here in this late night game. All right, that's gonna do for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again on Monday here at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We give out live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern time and later. So be back here Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, remember, it always gets started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time with that morning show. It's Chris, it's Mitch, it's Rod. Of course, the Drive-Thru Cabbers. We'll catch Jovan on that show as well. Don't forget Jovan's parlay video. Lots of video series on Pick Dogs. Jovan's parlay video. We got Jay's Jam Session. Every game on the board, NBA, and Romanelli with NFL and college basketball. Every game with picks, I should say as well. They shot the NFL show was shot with Mitch, Big Al, and Jay, so that's up on the board right now. Don't forget Mills and Brad with their UFC show on Saturday following the morning show. The Puck Dogs with Chris and Rod. Get those NHL picks right now on the channel from both of them. So lots happened over at Pick Dogs. And once again, I want to remind you guys, get signed up, become a capper contest starting tomorrow, and make sure you get signed up over on the Instagram channel over at Pick Dogs. It's run by Commissioner Rod. Commissioner Rod Zawacky is running it, so make sure you guys get signed up. And don't do this to Rod where you sign up right before it starts. Get it done tonight and be on his good side, all right? and get signed up through Commissioner Rod right now over on the Become a Capper contest going on right now over on the Instagram channel. Of course, Jovan, you had great success on that contest last year, a couple of years ago it was. Boy, time flies.
Yeah, man. I was in the running. I was in the running all the way up until the end, but ended up falling just short. But I did my analysis and all. I did write-ups and all that, and I left, like you said, I left a good impression. Let's just say that, wasn't just about the picks. Wasn't just about the standing in the contest. It was a little bit more to it than that, and I got the good word, and here I am.
That's right. That's right. There you go, guys. So get signed up. Of course, not forget Ron's bank shot college ball video also. That's right. Thanks, James Dover, for that. Ron Romanelli. So lots going on over at Pick Dogs, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, set notifications. Lots of free picks on the channel. So make sure you guys subscribe. All right, we're going to do it for tonight's show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. We're going to wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great weekend.